Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes with the stepchild, Coy Malone, as she likes to be called. And Alton Walker is joining us today. How you doing, Alton?
Hey, yo. That was a great intro.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How are you, stepchild?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, good.
Moving through life like a stepchild.
Okay. Did you all have good weekends?
Yeah, it was amazing. I had one show on Friday, and then I had to finish up this whole back to school, getting my nephew clothes, and I hated it. I spent too much money.
That's an adventure.
I spent too much. I need to take all them shoes back.
All them shoes. How many shoes? How many pairs?
I didn't know it's supposed to be like a 2-shoe minimum a semester.
2 minimum?
That's what somebody told. Like, you were supposed to go above 2 shoes for your kids. See, I'm taking care of them, and I don't know this stuff. I bought them about 4 or 5 pairs of shoes.
Oh, that's wild.
Don't tell my mama that. I hope she's not watching.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have Chica talk to you because Chica did the back to school thing.
I need help
with her nieces and nephew over the weekend, and she got them straight. So
I think I went overboard.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna hook you up with some Chica advice and Chica words of advice from Chica.
I need it. Well, it's too late now, so this got to be for next year because I done spent that money. I can take it back though. There's a couple of shoes I can take back.
That's what I'm saying. You got receipts, right?
I do got receipts. Hopefully, it ain't warm. Hopefully, it didn't work. I would show some of that money back. I spent too much on that little boy.
What all did you buy? How many pairs? You said 4 pairs of shoes?
I bought about 4 pair of shoes, a bunch of clothes. I may have bought 5 pairs of shoes. I bought him some Crocs too. So, and then his shoe size, I messed up. I bought him 10.5 like 2 months ago. So I had to go buy more shoes. But I told him, you still gonna wear them 10.5. He wear a 9, like an 8.5, 9. And
he got him flopping around in this.
It looked so bad on him. And I was like, man. So I was like, man, you got to grow up. You're going to wear them shoes. He's going to wear them 10.5. I don't care. He can wear them with jeans. Because if you wear it with jeans, your feet won't look so big. So I told him wear them with jeans.
Yeah, if you wear bell bottoms, then you won't see.
Oh my God.
That'll cover up the shoe.
bought them 10.5s. Somebody gonna wear them shoes. And they nice too. Oh, they some nice shoes.
If you have a child, boy, hopefully, with a size 10.5 foot, hit Alton up and then maybe y'all can talk a trade or something.
Ain't no trade. You got to pay for these.
Pay for those shoes, right?
I spend money on them shoes.
Well, I'm saying a trade. Maybe they have a 9, and they would trade for the 10.5 or pay for the 10.5.
Yeah, I think I would. Oh boy, I don't know what kind of budget you like. What is a good budget for a 7th grader when it comes to
That's
shopping?
That's a good question.
So I don't know, and I didn't tell my mom because my mom, I didn't even want to tell her how much I spent because she was like, you only should spend about $500, and I went way over that.
How way over?
It was over $1,000.
Oh wow!
Please, my mom. I hope my mama ain't watching this.
Will you adopt me?
I hope my mama ain't watching it. Mama, I hope you ain't watching this because I apologize. I will take some of that stuff back if you ever hear this. I hope she ain't watching. Yeah, I went overboard.
You went over,
and that was school supplies too because I had to go get like the pencils and pens. But I mean, that wasn't up but $100-something though.
So the rest of it was clothes, shoes.
Did I go overboard?
Yeah.
You think that's so? The bar from now on. That is the bar from now on. That's the bar from now on.
No, you got to lower the bar.
He's in 7th grade though.
You
like
you got 8th through 12th now.
Like 7th grade, they start speaking, like they start talking about each other and bullying and stuff like that. So I'm afraid I don't want him to get bullied over the clothes he bought because I did. My mama bought me I went to Payless and Rack Shoe and all that, and they. I remember one pair of shoes. My friends talked about me, and I didn't like it. And that's when the last time I let my mama buy me clothes. I'm like, I was in 10th grade, and them kids talked about me the whole year. And I was like, Mom, you can't buy me no more clothes.
So you weren't gonna let that happen to your nephew.
I don't want that to happen to my nephew.
I understand. But you, like Coy said, you have set the bar, and that's hard to lower. But that's unless he's gonna work too and put in.
Something. Right, because if he comes to school raggedy next year.
Well,
I got news for you.
Hopefully these clothes last.
And that's the other thing. He's gonna grow.
I hope his feet don't grow. I don't mind his clothes. The feet.
Trends
You're
are
gonna be
gonna
like
change.
what they used to say about Asian people. They would box the women's feet so that they wouldn't grow. They put them in boxes in these wooden containers so that they would make their feet stay very demure and diminutive. And so no.
Yeah. But it's more than my mom told me. He changed like 5 times trying to figure out what to wear.
Oh goodness.
He's trying to be fresh.
Too many choices.
There you go. I'm trying to tell you. And all those clothes to him next year is gonna be old.
Hey, he gonna put them on. I don't care how tight the clothes. He gonna put them clothes on.
You can't have him busting out clothes like Fat Albert.
You had we bought your clothes for the next 2 years.
It don't work like that, especially in the day of Instagram. They go like, "You wore that already.
Okay.
You still got that from last year."
He ain't on that no way. He ain't on social media, so I'm not doing that.
Will be now with these outfits.
But you know what? You got a point because he has been like scrolling on something, so he may have created a TikTok. I need to go check. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna go check that.
He has friends too, so somebody's on something.
He might be popular this year. You never know.
I have 1 million followers on TikTok right now. I don't even know.
Wow. We might make that an express yourself question. What is Alton's problem? No, I'm kidding. Let's move to talk about the What You Need to Know newsletter. This is our Monday through Friday newsletter, and this is when we seek to inform and empower Black folks' stories that affect them or about them, and by our social justice contributor, such as Coy Malone, and politics, Cameron Riley, and LGBTQ plus issues, Quinn Townsend Riley, and mental health and wellness, Aprilette Russell. Today, you are talking about Devontae Mitchell. His death has been ruled a homicide. Coy, tell us about that. This is the death in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, so we talked about this in the July What You Need to Know newsletter, dealing with Devontae Mitchell, who died on June 30th after hotel security guards in Milwaukee pinned him to the ground. And the autopsy results have revealed that his death has been ruled as a homicide now. And he was 43 years old. And what the report officially states is he died of restraint asphyxia along with the effects of cocaine and methamphetamine that was found in his system. And it was noted that he was restrained by multiple people after he had used drugs. And they also noted that he had like a heart issue as well, and obesity, hypertensive, cardiovascular disease, and obesity. So there's a lot of different factors at play, but ultimately his death was ruled as a homicide. And so his family said that he was suffering from a mental health episode when he went into the hotel. And it was also reported that at some point in time, he had become homeless. He's married, he has a child, and I'm guessing that he dealt with a lot of mental struggles, especially since the death of his father in 2016, as his family and his lawyer stated. And it's sad to see that somebody else is dying similarly to how George Floyd died. And I'm not understanding why people think that this is a tactic to use on people, because it's been proven deadly before. So right now, I'm not sure what charges have been brought against the security guards, but what was happening was the prosecutors in Milwaukee were awaiting those autopsy results so they can figure out what charges that they wanted to bring against the security guards. So right now, I don't have an update in terms of if the security guards have gotten charged or what they've been charged with, but prosecutors were waiting on these autopsy results.
Now, I did hear that there were 4 charges of homicide, but they did not specify whether they were the security staff or not. I know they've been fired, but I don't know about charges.
Right.
Again,
that's all we know, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate that this happened. I still find it very, very odd and disappointing that we don't have a team of emergency responders that deal with mental health situations specifically. We don't have that. We do have, like 988 and things like that. But I feel like at these days and time, police officers, security guards, even firemen, EMT workers, they should all be trained in mental health situations or rescue, or there should be a separate entity created for that, because there are so many different instances where we're seeing people that have either mental health episodes or they may have some type of learning disability, and they're being handled incorrectly. They're being handled as an armed criminal.
Well, that's something we talked about the other day when you were on with Aprilette and the attorney Natalie Jackson from Ben Crump's law firm, and about the necessity that there be the the legislation put in place, or the rules within the police departments put in place about how to train people who are dealing in the mental health situation and the areas of that, because that was the case of the young woman in Springfield, Illinois, and in regards to her case, and how she was treated, as she was the weeks prior to this had been going through some sort of mental health trauma, and may have played a part when she was killed that night in July. So,
and we must say Black people with mental health issues.
yeah,
We
for
need to be
sure.
specific. They need to train on Black people, because I've seen where it was. I remember years ago with that white boy that was in the yard with swords.
Yeah.
And was going, and they arrested him with no violence. They got him on the ground. He didn't die. He had no injury. So, yeah, y'all need to train your officers how to treat Black people with mental health issues.
Well, Black people, period.
Well, Black people, period.
Right.
But when she said mental health,
Yeah, for
they
sure.
know how to deal with mental health issues
Yeah.
when it comes to the right color.
Right.
True.
So that's what they need to. They need to focus on us and how they're gonna deal with us, because I'm tired of it too.
I
That
saw
Sonia
something on
situation
TikTok today, and this white guy was really beating up on a policeman, and he
Yeah.
pulled out his taser.
put out a taste. Yeah, he probably took him by Burger King.
Right.
Yeah. If
He
Got
said
a
he had a
Whopper.
bad day.
Yeah.
Well, he said had, yeah, right, exactly. So that's ridiculous.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
sad.
All right, Coy, give people a look ahead to tomorrow's story, which is related to the Sonia Massie case, respectively. Not as you might think, but definitely it is related to her story.
And this is unfortunate. I saw talks of this on YouTube recently, and I said, let me try to do some digging to see, if I can find out any information and get more details on this story. And it's so unfortunate because there is a relative of Sonia Massie who was 4 years old, who was also fatally shot by police. He was the victim during a domestic dispute. His mother was in with her boyfriend, which is his father.
Oh, yeah, I saw
and the man decided to use this child as a human shield. And apparently he had stabbed his mother. The police went in, got the mother out, recovered her. They went into the other room, and instead of de-escalating the situation because he was holding knives up to the baby, an officer decided to shoot, and the bullet went through the child's head and through the grown man's neck, and they both passed away on the scene.
Wow.
They were related. So they were related.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that part. Wow.
So this family has had 2 murders by police
within months. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the greater crime. That is the greater crime.
And definitely read the story. It's very heartaching to find out what police decided to do about this, or what they decided not to do.
Really, because they didn't find anything wrong in his decisions, right?
No, they didn't.
Right. It's like it was. Yeah. I read that. Yeah, that's sad. That's real sad.
Saddest. Also, in the What You Need to Know newsletter, it's not all great news. I'm sorry to say, and we do have those things that are disturbing to a lot of people. But Black Health Matters, our medical column, deals with the death of a very popular, very talented actress, Erica Ashe. Was known on television and in the movies. She was M. Chuck on Survivor's Remorse, She was also on the Real Husbands of Hollywood show, and amongst a number of productions. And she died after a very lengthy fight against a years-long fight against breast cancer. Take a look at that. And her death has really affected not only people who are affected by breast cancer, but the Hollywood community devastated by the depth of talent and the spirit of this young woman, and losing her at such a young age, at the age of 46. So please take a look at that. It's also Ministry Monday, and the great Willie Mae McIver talks about Alpha and Omega, how God encompasses all things from Alpha to Omega. And if you're a fraternity person, you know,
hey, Phi.
you know how that goes.
I ain't know, but I just
Okay.
Alpha and Omega. That's all I think about it.
That's it. That's right. That's the beginning and the end, the first and the last letters of the Greek alphabet. So those are things for you to consider.
I thought you was gonna go in a little bit more. I thought you was gonna preach. I thought you were going.
No. I'm not the preacher, but I can give you a little what Willie Mae
was
gave
ready.
us. Okay,
come on.
All right. Okay,
I'm gonna back you up like I'm one of your members.
Okay, and you'll ramp up the music when it's time for me to go, right? Because Lord knows I need somebody. I need somebody more than Yolanda to tell me to.
Oh, the way you started, I was like, oh, she about to preach a sermon.
Well, no, I can't do that. I would not want to do that to you all. But I will tell you that amongst the things that Willie Mae does talk about in this Ministry Monday column, which you'll find every Monday in the newsletter. In Christianity, Alpha and Omega are the first and last letters of the Greek alphabet and are used in biblical context to show you that God encompasses all things.
Come on, somebody.
From beginning to end and everything in between.
Come on.
She quotes Isaiah 44:6. God calls himself the beginning and the end. Also in Revelations 22:13, God says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. How we doing? Many Christians interpret the meaning of Alpha and Omega to be applied not only to God, but to God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Moses had a different way of saying God is the Alpha and the Omega. In Psalms 90, he said, before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God.
We about to start a church. I don't care what you say.
Well, it would save me a lot of time, and I could just do it from home.
We could raise some offering and everything.
Okay. Now that would be ideal. No, but please take a look at it for those of us who are
that's good.
Who are Baptist, bedside Baptist leaning. It's a great opportunity to get some touch in your life. So check that out in the newsletter. That's also good. We talk about the Veep stakes that is coming to an end. We'll talk about that tomorrow when she announces her decision, and that brings us to the question of the day.
Real quick though, I got a question. Who y'all wanted to be?
Well, hang on. We can.
Okay. You'll get to that. My bad.
Question.
Oh, my bad.
Look at you, you little premature puppy.
My bad. You said tomorrow, so I'm like, wait a minute. I want to know.
Well, tomorrow we will find out, but the question now is up to us and our question of the day. And before we start that, Coy introduced us to Alton earlier this year, and we invited him back. He is a stand-up comedian, and he is also, for folks who listen to the Morning Hustle with our other fellow co-host, Ahmed Gordon. You are infamous on that show as well. Tell folks a little bit about yourself, Alton.
Alton Walker from Atlanta, comedian, stand-up comedian. Been doing it about 16, 17 years.
Wow, you look about 16 or 17.
Do I? My voice is 70. I gotta get. I'm so tired. Listen, no, I'm serious because I saw on Instagram the other day. I should read it for you. Somebody was like, man, Alton don't match his voice. I thought he was an old man with a Steve Harvey suit on, and I ain't like that at all.
Oh my God.
You are so casual.
I didn't like that
at all.
That's
disheartening.
It hurt my feelings. So yeah, I gotta get a younger voice. So y'all help me with that. I don't know. I may go with an AI or something like that. Figure this out.
No, the voice is nice, and you're a great looking guy, so you're okay.
But do my voice look like?
No, but I will tell you, after years in radio, and people would meet them, they're like, you don't sound like that white girl on the radio. And so I would get that all the time. Oh yeah.
I knew you were black.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I knew. I
no.
just don't want to be 70. Like,
I'm not mad at that.
I want people to be like, oh, he sounds like a young man. Nah, I don't get that. I don't know where I get this voice from, but anyway, yeah, that's me, man.
So do you sound like somebody in your family that they say, oh, you sound like Uncle so-and-so, or no?
I'm the only one with an old man voice, and it ain't cool.
Well, in a house full of women, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, I sound like I could change alternator quick.
Mechanic, huh?
Don't use no tools, just straight bare hands. Just pull your alternator out. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me. But yeah, but 16 years. My first 5 years, I was doing Christian comedy, so I was doing it for the Lord. I still do it for him, but I do it for money now.
Now and for the Lord. Okay.
Yeah, for the Lord, but I do it for money. I want to make sure people know that. So when they book me, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you said you do it for the Lord." No, I do it for money. And then what I do with money for the Lord.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna get this money.
So our question of the day, talking about Kamala Harris, is if the choice were entirely up to you, Coy or Alton, who should be Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate? You can go anywhere you want, living or dead. You can go black, brown, yellow, white. You can go transgender. You can go he, she, they, however you want to do it. Living, like I said, living or dead, whatever your choices are. Who would you like to see as Kamala Harris's, like for yourself, if you could say, well, I think I could bring some levity to the campaign. How about me? And
they definitely don't want me because I'm be cussing everybody out.
Well, she may need that. Do you remember the good Barack and the bad Barack? The bit that was a Key and Peele.
Yeah.
And so they brought out the bad Barack, who would say all the things that the good Barack was probably thinking, but as president of the United States could not say.
Yeah, because
so you would be that person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do what they say when they go low, we go high. No, I'm gonna go low and lower and lower and lower. I believe in that. I think because they letting them get by with too much. But I don't know though. Kamala is kind of saying some things like I'm liking it.
If you got something to say to me,
I like that. I like that kind of attitude. Everybody else was trying to be all nice. I like that. You got something to say? Say it to my face. I say yes, sir. Let's go.
That's right. How about you, Coy? Who would you like to see?
I'm still sticking with Cory Booker.
Okay.
I think they work great together. I think that would be an excellent choice for her since they've had a great working relationship before. And I think that he kind of represents what we would like to see, a lot of the changes that we would like to see within the United States government. I think he would push for a lot of those changes as well. He's also very outspoken.
Yeah.
She got to go with Beyonce. Bump that. You get Beyonce. Come on, who don't like Beyonce?
Well, you'd be surprised. Amongst Trump supporters, are you kidding me?
They love Beyonce. They beehive.
The only way you might get them is if you got her to get Taylor Swift as her.
I heard maybe Taylor Swift may endorse them.
She may endorse Kamala Harris.
Yeah, well, not him, her. Yeah, Kamala. Let me get that correct. Not Trump, but Kamala.
Right.
Yeah.
But before that happens, they're hoping to persuade her, I think. And so, but
Taylor, you better you done took over swag and surfing. You better. You done made that white boy get a black man haircut. You better.
Okay.
I ain't playing. I hope she's listening. Yeah.
I hope she is too.
Taylor Swift.
You're not a Swiftie, I take it.
I am a Swiftie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan. Now, I can't say it. I mean, I think this is a safe space.
Yeah, it's a safe space.
Now, I can't be telling everybody, but I don't have nothing. I like Taylor. She don't bother nobody.
Right.
Like, I like Taylor. I like Lizzo. I like Beyonce. I'm a fan. Now, I won't go buy no tickets to go see them because they too expensive. But I like them. I do like them.
Right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, we would like to hear your choices. If this world were yours and no limitations, no nothing. They don't have to be over 35. They don't have to be a citizen of this country. They don't have to be. Who would you like to see as her running mate and why? That's a part of it. We want to know why. I mean, you could say, my Uncle Henry. Well, why do you want Uncle Henry to be her running mate?
A dead
Al
person.
Gore, because he invented the internet.
I'm gonna tell y'all who Nina Simone. That's who she needs.
Well, and we did say living or dead. So
yeah, you said dead.
Okay.
Nina Simone. If y'all follow Nina Simone, gonna tell it like it is. I like Nina Simone.
She was a truth teller.
Yeah.
Janice Wade on Facebook says Senator Mark Warner, a senator from Virginia, a good man. Janice, I take it that he's your senator, and I'm sure he is a good man. Okay, all right. Dad School Clothing on YouTube, our forever first lady. That's right.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Michelle Obama as the VP.
I think she should pick a black woman. For real. I think 2 black women running the country would be amazing.
I do too. I absolutely think that she should. Kamala and Cory has a nice ring to it. Renita Bland says on Facebook, I have my Kamala t-shirt on the front and Cory on the back when they were both running. I couldn't make the decision when they were both running for in 2020. Deborah Clark Fairfax on YouTube, John Lewis for VP. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That would have
Absolutely. Sharon D. Humphrey Fletcher on Facebook. I think Barack Obama would be great, but would think she might choose Kelly. I like Kelly, Mark Kelly of Arizona. Now she cannot choose Barack Obama, but this is if your choices were, whoever it is. And the only reason why she can is because he's already served 2 terms, and that's the limit that you can do. And in the event that, God forbid something happens to her, then the vice president would take her place. And he couldn't do it.
He can't do
and
it.
then it would have
he probably don't want to do it anyway.
Oh man, America would be sick of him.
Barack is like, I am done with y'all. Don't put me in this conversation.
Which is probably what Mrs. Obama said too.
right. She definitely done.
Yeah, they're both done. They're both done. That girl on YouTube says Jasmine Crockett, the congresswoman from South Texas. That's our congresswoman here.
That's my girl, man.
Texas.
Jasmine.
Excellent.
Yeah, she don't hold back. I'm not sure she's old enough, but that's not a matter. That in the real world,
I think she is
35.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
she's like,
I think she's in her 40s actually. No? I just watched an interview with her on the Breakfast Club and another somewhere else, and she said her age. She was over 35. I know for sure.
I've been in her DM. I don't know if she's gonna hit me back. I got a crush on
might
Jasmine.
not now. You just told me.
I'll give you her number if you need.
Oh, you got a phone number? Stop playing.
Yeah.
Tell her. Yeah. Put a word in for me.
Okay.
Tell her I'm a good man.
Okay, mighty good man. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You gotta show her that.
Who else do we have, Yolanda? Okay, I guess we are waiting for more folks. So the question is, who would you like to see as her? Yolanda says she's 43, so she told me she was 33. So okay, I'd love to see Samuel L. Jackson to be Kamala Harris's.
Yes,
I would like to see Samuel L. Jackson to be Kamala Harris's running mate, because I know he has no filter. That's true.
Yeah,
that's very true. That's very
He's gonna
true.
get a lot of MFs going on.
He's a Sagittarius. That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Manuel Murphy on Facebook. I got Joshua Shapiro of Pennsylvania. Odds are negotiable. I don't know what that means, Manuel. But I mean, he's in the top 3, so I mean, your odds are very good that he may be selected.
Morgan Freeman may be good. Morgan, because he ain't going nowhere. Morgan Freeman been here for a while, so I don't think he's gonna ever die.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman gonna be.
I think he's the only person who's like older than Joe Biden. Michael Stallworth said, Manuel Murphy, I'm wondering if the fact tomorrow's rally is in Philadelphia could suggest he's the pick. I think that's too obvious.
Oh yeah.
I think that's too obvious, but it could be just as simple as that. Well, and it hasn't been as though they've been hiding that fact that it's been in Philadelphia. Aubrey H2O Ice says Sam would be funny AF. That's true. That's very true. He definitely. He has no filter. Absolutely. Barbara Jordan would have been great. Barbara Ferguson says on YouTube, as would the woman who eventually took her seat, the late great Sheila Jackson Lee. Would have been a great one too. Yeah, but Barbara Jordan, great things in her future, but unfortunately, very great. Charlie Currents on Facebook. That would be hilarious.
That's what it's about, huh?
You do.
That's what it's about.
Okay, come on with your Dick Gregory.
I love Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory.
Yeah, that's where the 70-year-old man comes in. Okay, all right, I see it. Gwen Turner. Speaking of 70-year-old men, Gwen
Paul
Turner on
Mooney.
YouTube says Paul Mooney. Okay, why not go Richard Pryor while you're at it? Okay,
Paul Mooney. We gonna lose with Paul
that's right.
Mooney. I'm telling
The
you.
late great Bernie Mac for vice president says Gisela White on YouTube. Okay.
Hey, he was president before.
He has been
in that
that's
movie.
Right. That's right. Yeah. What was the name of that movie? Was it?
I forgot the name of the movie. I just remember him walking up slapping people.
Yeah. Oh God, I miss him. I miss him so much. Regina Glover on Facebook. They're still balling up into a fetal position over Megan Thee Stallion performance.
Yeah.
Hey, let that go. People get mad about that all the time when they don't realize there's different people in the audience.
Did someone recommend Megan as her running mate?
I mean, I vote. I'll be at the poll, both of them. Whatever poll
wherever she is working.
Whichever poll, I'll be either one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't have no problem. You know what? Because she was at Georgia State. Once I found out she was at Georgia State, I understood why she invited Quavo and Megan Thee Stallion. They're trying to reach a certain audience, and I believe their audience haven't been touched yet.
Right.
Nobody's really been going for the young people yet. Nobody.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
It made sense to me.
And it makes sense to everybody else except those who were, griping and moaning about Megan Thee Stallion and Quavo.
Yeah, and she didn't even do it. She didn't even bend over.
She didn't do her whole Megan.
She did a little.
Yeah.
She didn't even do the. Yeah, she didn't bend over.
And she had clothes that pretty much covered her whole body.
I started to stand up and do it, but I didn't want to put my butt in people.
Go ahead. No, go
Hold on, let me show y'all. Yeah. All right, you know what? I maybe should have did that. Listen, don't show this video to nobody because my comedian friend's gonna kill me about that. Did you just really get up and do that? My bad.
And your mama too.
Yeah, I shouldn't have did that.
Give me your mama.
Coy, why did you stop me from doing that? You should have said don't do that.
Because it was amusing.
I didn't mind.
Okay, I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would have thrown your head
here
out so quickly. I think you would have been a little bit more reluctant. But yeah, okay. Colin Powell says Colette Earl on Facebook, the late great Colin Powell, and that was really something. Last week when his widow died. They were saying about him, running for president because a lot of people were encouraging him. And she said, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Colin went to be with the Lord.
Colin died a few years ago.
Why did I remember Colin gone?
Because you were probably not subscribing to the What You Need to Know newsletter.
I need to subscribe. Colin gone to be with the.
And now his wife is joined.
Dang.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Or maybe okay. We can move on.
Yolanda, thank you. Yolanda, can you give me Miss Eileen's suggestion? Remember the audience. We need her to bring along a balance. Buttigieg. That's Buttigieg or Liz Cheney. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think Liz Cheney would do it because she is a dyed-in-the-wool Republican. She's not a Trumper, but she is a Republican. Thank you, Yolanda. Fact checker extraordinaire. Colin Powell died in 2021.
Dang.
Yeah.
Nobody. Okay.
Ain't nobody tell me.
Ain't nobody call to tell me nothing.
Well, I'm telling you, if you subscribe, you would know. Oh, Keisha Mitchell Brown, I've got too many skeletons. Thank you, but
let them freeze, Sybil.
No,
you don't want them digging up nothing.
No. Thank you though, Keisha. I appreciate that. Midnight Rider on YouTube. Denzel Washington. He's as smooth as brown liquor. All right. Okay. You're right about that.
Smooth as brown liquor.
Cat Williams. This Regina Glover is back with another suggestion on Facebook. Oh, Cat. And he would just be crying and telling all his business and talking about folks. I don't know if that's a good idea, but it might be. I don't know. George Wallace for vice president says that girl on YouTube. And I thought it was George Wallace saying that girl. He wanted Marlo Thomas to be. Never mind. Judy Douglas, has Shaq been mentioned? No,
I
he
was
is
just thinking
not.
Shaq. That is so funny.
Shaq
I
You know
was
what?
just
Shaq
thinking
would be
Shaq.
bad.
and he would be security and the vice president.
You just got to keep his shoes on. That's all.
Ooh,
You don't want to see his feet.
yeah, yeah,
That's all.
sure. And he would know where to get all the good chicken. Michelle Lynn Summerall, since it's just for fun. Snoop Dogg on Facebook. She says
Nope.
this. No Snoop.
No. Man, he had his whole place smelling like weed and kush.
And what would the problem be? I'm not a
Yeah.
smoker, so I don't know what that would be. I don't know what that.
Hope everybody chill out.
We all gonna be out. You know what? It may work. May slow us down. We all be hot.
Yeah. I mean,
Go to bed.
if you put Netanyahu and Putin and the Iranian leaders and Donald Trump and Kamala Harris in a room and just had some of that fragrance there, I bet it would chill a lot of people
What you
out.
calling some of that fragrance?
Some of that fragrance, yeah. It's now time. Thank you all for participating in our little question of the day. And it's now time for us to move on to trending topics. So now we know who you are, Alton. Tell us where you're appearing next and how can people see or hear you?
Well, like every morning hustle. This weekend I actually be in Miami with Ricky Smiley. I'm doing his birthday. He's got a birthday bash in Miami all this weekend. So if you're in Miami, I think you could come to the concerts and all that good stuff. So I got that this weekend. So and then I'm starting my dates in September. So be on the lookout for my fall dates in the next couple of weeks.
And do people follow you at
Alton Walker Show? Yeah, Alton Walker Show everywhere. Twitter, Facebook. I just had a video go viral with the audio with They Not Like Us. It's hilarious.
Awesome.
So yeah, follow me everywhere. And I'm on Bumble. I'm on Tinder. I'm still on Bumble and Tinder. I did get off of Plenty of Fish. I was on there for a minute, but I got off of that because I didn't want to fill it up. So I'm still on Bumble. And I like Bumble because Bumble, the ladies got to pick you. So if
how's that working for you?
It's not. I haven't been on a date yet. I haven't tried it yet. I'm kind of scared to go on these online meetings. Yeah, I'm kind of scared because you may get catfish or something like that, and I don't know. People be using filters now, and
but you know what? There's a woman with a 12-year-old child who needs new shoes and is looking for a good guy like you.
And I'm gonna give him one of my nephew's shoes because I'm still ain't buying no shoes for. So yeah, you can follow me all on it. But if you trying to date me, I see you got some pretty women in the YouTube. Hey, I'm single. Just don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't need that. Like that why. So and if you do wear the makeup, let it match. Let it match your neck. we don't need you looking like Michael Jackson in your face and Wesley Snipes in your neck. Michael Snipes. That's what we call you. So make sure. And I don't want no BBLs. Make sure you don't have too much stomach in your booty. If you're gonna put some stomach in your booty,
okay, now you're building a list that we might not be able to live up to.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying they put too much stomachs in their butt and don't say nothing for the legs. You look like a music note, and I don't like it. You look like a whole half note.
You're a tough customer. Okay, all right. God bless you, ladies. Those of you who go after this young man, and give my friend Lou Calhoun a hug for me. She needs it. Okay.
Yeah, Lou's. I love Lou.
I do.
Yeah.
She deserves all of that. So wanted to ask you about some of the stories that are out there and trending. And here's one that you mentioned, Alton. One of Atlanta's historically Black universities is pushing back on claims that former President Donald Trump made during his rally in Atlanta over the weekend. Near the end of his speech at Georgia State at the Convocation Center, Trump brought Michaela Montgomery, the founder of Conserve the Culture, on stage. And Trump said Montgomery, a former student at Clark Atlanta, recognized him at a restaurant. Don't call it a restaurant. It was a Chick-fil-A in 2024. And according to the Republican presidential nominee, the conservative Georgia activist came up to him and praised him for working to fund HBCUs during the COVID-19 pandemic. She looks at me and says, "It's President Trump. You saved my college." And I said, "How the hell do you know that? This one is so smart, so sharp." And she grabbed me. She gave me a kiss. I said, "I think I'm never going back home to the first lady." Well, because she don't want you there. The former president then allowed Montgomery to speak to the crowd. And after the rally, Clark Atlanta responded to Trump and Montgomery's claims on Instagram.
Oh, gosh.
What do you say, Alton?
He pulled a Harlem Nights song.
Right. David, put your mom on the phone.
Put your mom on the phone. I ain't coming home no more. Hey, listen. But I understand. She got to shout out her stuff, though. So when I was watching, I'm like, oh, I see why you did this. You kind of shouting your business out. And I'm hoping they pay you enough, to do this. I mean, I asked this question. How much money would it take for you to endorse Trump? Right. I mean, 10 million, I may be like, hey, vote for Trump. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. 10 million. Now I come back and be like, hey, he paid me. But 10 million, I may change. I ain't gonna lie. Pray for me. That it'll never happen. But shout out to Clark Atlanta. I am an alumni of Payne College in
nice.
Augusta, Georgia. It's an HBCU. And there's a lot of schools that need to be saved. But Clark Atlanta is not one of them. Clark, that whole AUC, man, they're doing amazing. Their alumni are taking care of them. They always got the students there. I think Clark is like 30,000 a year. They got money. Yeah, and for him to say that, man. Yeah, for him to say that, man. Come on, Donald. I call him Donald because he keep messing Kamala Harris' name up. So I call him Donald Trump because y'all keep getting her name wrong. It's what is it? Kamala. Kamala. Just think of that song and you'll get a name right. Kamala Harris. That's her name.
But he's also calling her just outside of her name, calling her dumb and stupid and, all of these other just hateful terms. And it's like, it's not what he calls her. It's what she responds to. And she doesn't respond to any of that ignorance. And so, I think she has really maintained her cool and kept this at a higher level than he deserves to. Because
he called everybody a name, but here's the thing with Kamala is he has to be very careful. I don't think they know how to campaign against her.
They don't,
because the things he would say about even to Hillary, he can't say anything about her because one, she's a black woman, and if he say anything too low or too derogatory, he know he's going to lose all his black votes. All
5 or 6 of them.
And he'll lose some white women too. Because you ain't going to come at a black woman like that. So I think they finding it really hard to come at my girl. And I'm so happy. All the AKAs, they going to be at the thing.
That's right.
I'm going to be skiing. I ain't even know AKA. I'm going to be skiing. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm going.
They're going to shine a pink and green light on the White House.
Oh, for sure.
Down.
Oh, yeah. Remember what they did like during Pride Month and stuff like that? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. We're having a step show at the White House.
Oh, for sure.
The new yard.
Okay, it is going to be a yard for real. It is going to be a yard for real.
They got some steppers out in D.C.
And they will do all of that in Washington, D.C. You know that they know go. So they will go up to the White House. It was not a good day for people who have 401ks. After a weaker than expected jobs report Friday, stocks took a big hit today on the Dow Jones, plummeted more than 1,000 points, the biggest hit to tech stocks. There were sharp declines in the tech stocks, including Apple and Amazon. As I said, this disappointing jobs report, it wasn't a bad jobs report, just not as many jobs added as they would have liked. And they said that Apple had its worst day on the stock market since 2022, a decline of almost 5% in their shares. So
I should have put a put in.
Gotta go buy.
I should have put a put. I didn't know the stock was going to do that. I should have put a put on my option.
Yeah. Well, and Coy, you make a good point because that's what your advisors will tell you. Okay, this is the time. Don't worry about what you may have lost. It's the time to buy low. And this is a good time for people to call their advisors or to make their calls right now.
For their check on my 401k. Ooh.
Exactly. No, don't look at your 401k. Don't. Trust me when I tell you. Don't look at it today because it's going to come back, but you will be very depressed.
I'm mad.
Why?
Because I was going to buy a put option on SPY. It was at 560, and I remember I said, I think the stocks are about to, they about to tumble. And I didn't put my put in. If you don't know what to put, that's going against the stock, right? Right. That is going to go down, and I didn't.
You were wagering.
I should have did. I had a feeling, and it always does this in election year. Every election year, the stocks just go down. because people don't know what's going to
this
happen.
is when, he called this the Kamala crush or something like that. Trump did, blame it on her. It's not her fault. It's not Biden's fault. But they are going to have to look at the interest rates and what they're going to be doing about that, because they promised they were going to bring them down.
Yeah.
But they might have to do it sooner than later.
Yeah, every election the stock market crashed that because they don't know. They don't know where it's going to go during election. If he win, if she wins, they just don't know. And so people just start kind of selling their stocks, getting their gains, and getting up out of there until after the election.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Y'all watching the Olympics?
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
I'm in it.
What do you in? What do you like?
Water polo. Now let me stop.
Hey, don't knock the water polo.
Flav over there. He's over there.
Okay, he is the ultimate cheerleader.
For the water polo. I don't even know what water polo is.
The women water polo.
Yeah, Flav over there getting it.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. Now I've been watching it. I'm excited. We got like 27 medals. We killing it.
Yeah.
We tied up with China with gold, but I don't know how today, but this morning we were tied with them.
So did y'all watch Noah Lyles?
He backed it up.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy about it? Did y'all watch the documentary on Netflix?
Sprint? I saw a little bit. I didn't see the whole thing, but I did.
So if you would have saw Sprint, you would have been all in with the track and field this year. That's why I was so disappointed when Jamaica started backing out. The women started backing out. I'm like, what is going on? Because they built the anticipation up
so great
for that, for that race. And I believe Sha'Carri would have won if the Jamaicans was in. I think she just didn't have she didn't feel there was no competition.
But that little girl from St. Lucia,
you can't get mad at that though.
You can't.
I couldn't even get mad. I was like, hey.
And I've supported Sha'Carri since all of that when she couldn't go and the drug testing and all that nonsense. And but you let a whole Chinese swim team get on and they had drugs in their systems and you just ignored that?
I don't know if y'all heard about the dude that's playing beach volleyball.
The rapist.
Yes. Steven Van something. Yeah. Like he's a whole rapist of a 12-year-old, got convicted of everything. They let him.
He's been convicted and was released and went and got on.
He's on the Olympics now.
Volleyball team. Yeah.
It's awful. But shout out to Noah because he really did his thing.
In a photo finish.
That thing was close.
And enabled him to back up his claim as the world's fastest man. A personal best of 9.784 second time. Edged him past the world-class field athlete of full sprinters. And he walked away with his first Olympic gold medal in the 100-meter final. And he beat Jamaica's Kashane Thompson and American Fred Curley came in third. That was really cool. A drama today on the women's gymnastics floor, exercise final. Romanian gymnast Ana Barbosu was in tears after having her bronze medal stripped away and presented to American Jordan Childs, who inquired about her own score in the women's floor exercise final, and they had to do some gazintas, and it turns out that they were wrong.
Right.
And they said sorry, and the little girl was crying, and Jordan Childs was like, "Hey, I got the bronze."
I would have been crying too, man. You gonna give me. But hey, she won. But I understand the cry. But hey, I like Jordan. I like that whole squad. And I like Simone. Like, she is really speaking out now. I'm like,
Simone is like, this is a black job.
Yeah, like I'm loving it, man. Hey, I'm loving it. And all the stuff that Noah went, like, I just, he got all kind of stuff going on with him. He posted about it. He said, I have asthma,
autism and
allergies, dyslexia, ADD, anxiety, depression, mesothelioma, gout, high blood pressure,
the sugar,
not the sugar. All of these things, it's like
I said, Noah, you going too far now. Just win and get on go on somewhere.
Wow, that was really cool. It's very exciting, and sometimes when I'm up in the middle of the night watching it live is it makes it being someone who can't sleep makes it all worthwhile to watch it happening. And,
why you can't sleep? Well, we'll talk about that later. That's one of them skeletons.
Just, maybe if I got Snoop to bring some of that stuff over, maybe it might help.
As VP.
It was the first individual medal for Jordan Childs in her Olympic career. And one of the other things that I liked about this is that I really liked in the exercises last week, Brazil's Rebecca Andrade won the gold, and this is her first in this year's games too. She's a beautiful girl,
Yeah.
and doesn't get a lot of support or attention. But as one of color, she should, and she
That's the
deserves
girl
it.
that they did the bow down to on
Yeah,
the podium. Yeah, no, I was
yeah,
happy for her too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Anybody that black, I'm happy. If you
yeah.
black, I don't care where you from. Just keep winning.
So, did you guys see the the video? Excuse me, I think it was on TikTok. The man was registering people to vote, and he went to this town in Nevada at a car show, and they were talking about the hanging tree where
Hmm.
they hang inwards. And so he did this video, and I was really angry that he just kept staying there and said, "Why are you talking to me like this?" Because I would have been like you and gone away,
Right,
but
right.
he stuck with it. And now the viral footage, and the man. Is now under investigation, the white man, outside the Firehouse Saloon in Virginia City, Nevada, during the classic car show, Hot August Nights, and says this man, Mr. Johnson, said he was there registering, and he continued to film. The man asked him to leave. Johnson stood his ground, and then the antagonist said, "I don't make trash, I burn it." What does that mean? Bystanders, tried to defuse the situation. Well, here's the deal. He captioned this racism at its best, Virginia City, Nevada, and now the county sheriff's office says they have received reports about the incident, have seen the video, and they are investigating. The
I'm,
sheriff said, "We are at the office do not condone or support racism, inequality, or hate speech." And the Nevada Attorney General says he's aware of the hateful racist incident caught on camera in Virginia City, and I wholly condemn their action. So there may be, I'm not saying that there is, but there may be some action on this.
I just pray the Lord don't ever let me experience that because I'm going to jail.
And that's what I thought too, because
I'm
because
going to
he
jail.
both sides were very lucky that no guns were drawn.
Yeah.
It was that
Absolutely.
kind of level of hatred and excitement on both parts, or not on the black man's part, but I just didn't like him to be in that position. I just didn't like it.
I
And
mean, it's hard to walk away. I understand you want to capture it, and it's hard to walk away from that,
right,
because it's like you just want to say something like, "Yo, what are you doing?" But I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm going to use. I ain't gonna use a gun,
I hope not.
but I would
But
I would
that
use
wouldn't
these
stop a lot of
guns.
people. Okay, okay, okay. The gun
That's why I
show.
said y'all got to pray for me that it never happened because I'm going. I'm probably going. I'm probably gonna go to jail.
No, not with that voice. You're not gonna.
Okay, yeah.
That's not gonna go. Let's move to entertainment. This really is a first world problem, but the queen of the courts, Serena Williams, put a Paris hotel on blast, calling out the establishment for denying her family access to a
That's crazy.
rooftop restaurant, despite it being completely empty. She went on X to publicly, which is really Twitter, to publicly send a message to the Peninsula Hotel, a really hoity toity hotel, sharing her frustrations over her visit. She said, "I've been denied access to the rooftop to eat in an empty restaurant of nicer places, but never with my kids, always a first." And she included a sign on the building just to make sure there was no confusion over the place she was talking about in question. And they rejected the 23-time Grand Slam winner, including, from getting into to
Hmm.
this hotel. And the people said, who responded, said, "Who doesn't make room for a queen?" And like I said, it's first world problems. I mean, what this man went through with the video in Nevada, that's
Right.
real life right there. Being denied a table at an empty restaurant, a 5-star restaurant.
No reason, nothing about behind the reason or
No,
nothing.
no,
Wow.
they didn't, and I haven't seen anything. I
Okay.
haven't seen them respond to this, um, but everybody deserves to make their feelings known.
I hope they close it down. I'm pretty sure she gonna. No, Serena gonna close it down. Oh, Serena, come
Her
on.
husband could afford to buy it, and
Serena,
and then
she's getting
put them
ready.
all out of
That place
business.
is going to be shut down in the next couple of days. I'm telling you, you mess with Serena Williams, like that's American sweetheart right there. So you
Okay,
can't do that. Not to. Although she went over to the white man, I still love her. I will say,
if you
I
had
still love her.
if you had a bank account like he had, I think you might be
I
Mr.
probably date
Serena
him too.
Williams.
Then you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. There would be a long line for us, but we'd all be in there. Except for Coy. Coy wouldn't go for the money.
Coy don't date for money.
No,
not a white man.
I'm waiting for a sugar mama,
Not a
man.
white
I'm
man.
waiting for a woman to come just scoop me off of my feet. Older woman want to give me her AR, what do you call it? AARP. I need me one of them. Give me her Social Security. I want to spend on buy me a PlayStation.
Not till we get it straight about your nephew and your buying habits for him.
Well, yeah, I got to get that together.
We're going to close out with the jewel, Yogi's jewel. In dreaming, we find the courage to pursue our passions and take risks that can lead to personal growth and fulfillment. It's all about dreaming this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us, Alton, and good job, Coy. And we will see you all again soon. Thanks for joining us. Aloha.